10 per second, and we're at the airport eating. Prosciutto. Even airport food is good.
Right-hand side is the place where 1800 years ago Romans used to come for meeting people, reading, having a massage taken, but mostly for washing themselves. Palatine in between the Circus Maximus was the place where chariot races used to take place. Let me tell you that the first Circus Maximus dates back to the 6th century before Christ. Obviously the first one had the wooden seats. On at least 3 times tents collapsing, killing many people. So let's say that it burned down several times. By the beginning of 2nd century AD, we had the new Circus Maximus. This time we had the marble seats. 1900 years ago, in the Circus Maximus down on your right, we had a capacity of 250,000 spectators. 250,000 spectators enjoying the chariot races. 2 and 4 horses chariots. 4 teams playing the game. 4 colors, as many as the season in a year. So we had the blue team for the autumn, white team for the winter, green team for the spring, and red team for the summer. So let's the background orange building with the bell tower, the clock is the CG hologram, 2 palaces on the side, and nowadays the Capitol museums. And now keep looking on your right hand side, you got the brick building here on your right, which is the typical Roman condominium that where 1900 years ago Romans lived. 5 floors, which means 3 floors to be buried in the underground level. A huge building coming to the right, mamma mia, this is known as a Vittoriano, because dedicated to the first king of Italy, Victor Emmanuel. You see the king riding a horse, bronze statue portraying the king Victor Emmanuel. If you look right, you're going to see the king himself riding a horse. Right in the middle of the monument, there he is. This building on your right, by the way, was completed only in 1911 for the 50th anniversary of unification of Italy, because the building on your right is considered to be the Alto de Fatherland. The street up to the right is close to the traffic because of pedestrian area on a Sunday, but if you look in front of us to the right, you got the tall column. That's the Thracian column. That's at the bottom of the column that Trajan was buried 1900 years ago. If you look in left, the brownish building is a Venice Palace. The imperial palace is on the left, top of the Palatine Hill. Right in front of us, at the end of the road, you see the triumphal arch of Constantino, the first Christian emperor. The arch in front of us was erected to commemorate the first Christian emperor, erected in 315. The white arch to the left is the entrance of the Palatine Hill. You can walk through the remains of imperial palaces. And now you're going to see the only little portion of the Colosseum which was reconstructed. Because what you're facing now is a little portion made of bricks, and you can tell that that's modern bricks. The difference between the modern bricks and the original bricks at the very top. This is the only little portion reconstructed. Colosseum in front of us. This is the inside ring that you see looking left. In a minute you're going to see the outside ring, the facade. It means that something here is missing. Here you don't. 500 years ago. So many holes around the Colosseum make it look like a switches. Why holes? Because there used to be iron clamps to keep the marble blocks together. In the Middle Ages, came over here with the hammer, get the bronze clamps off, melt it down, making weapons and coins. Only then the Colosseum lost its flexibility, and only then the portion outside that you see here is missing because of an earthquake. If you look in left, you see there's a cross on the inside ring. There it is. It means that the Colosseum was consecrated by Pope Benedict XIV. This is the original facade looking left. This is the original facade of the Colosseum, dating back to the year AD, when Colosseum was completed. And then the travertino, measured to be the lowest stone of the city, where scaffoldings are because it's still under renovation. Let's say that the temple on your right is still standing only because converted into a church. The same reason why the temple here, the Roman temple, still standing nowadays. 2nd century before Christ, made of marble. Temple to the right was built to commemorate Hercules. Hercules was the god of the olives. 2nd century before Christ, still standing because a few centuries later was turned into a fortress. If you look in left, nowadays it's a national museum, that's why people on top of the terrace. So the lower part made of tufa. Tufa is a volcanic stone. It dates back to the 2nd century AD. The upper part, made of bricks, was added a few centuries later.
We're at a coffee shop and eating gelato. Look at all these different kinds of ice cream. We have the mango and also the hazelnut is so good. We're at a pizza place right across the street from the coffee place. Look at all these different kinds of pizza.